And so, by popular demand, we're making cardamom bread.
Travelogues with Bob and Dogs. Travelogues with Bob and Dogs. Travelogues with Bob and Dogs. Travelogues with Bob and Dogs.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another exciting episode of Travelogues with Bob and Dogs. For this episode, we return to Var Kochbok, wherein we will find the recipe for cardamom bread. It's actually the exact same recipe as saffron bread without the saffron plus cardamom. So we'll skip a lot of the steps that we did in the last episode to try and get it under 10 minutes. Cardamom bread is made from the Grundrezept for Whetebrod, which means basically master recipe for wheat bread. And there's all kinds of stuff you can make out of this. But today we're making cardamom bread. First we add the flour, then the sugar, the salt, the yeast, and the main event, Stott Kardemumma, cardamom powder. Then we combine the dry ingredients, add the warm milk and butter, and mix until a ball of dough forms. And just like last time, we turn the dough out onto a floured surface and knead. We cover and let rise for 30 minutes, which gives me time to run to the store to buy butter because I ran out. So it's risen, it's been divided. Now we shape the loaves. We begin with a French rolling pin. You don't have to use one of these. I just do it because I'm a masochist. It's a give or take rectangle. Now we fill it. We begin with butter, softened butter. I had to soften it in the microwave. I left it out on the counter. This house doesn't really ever get above 60 degrees. So it's still hard as a rock. We're going to cover that nicely. Having accomplished that, it takes about between a third and a half a stick of butter to do each loaf. Now we sprinkle with sugar. It takes about half a deciliter. We sprinkle with cardamom. How much? Then cinnamon. Not as much as the cardamom. Cardamom's the main event. Then the critical part. Now we rise for 30 minutes. We're gonna hit that with some egg wash real quick. First one when the brush is dry is always hard. Then it goes into a 425 degree oven for 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, it gets rotated and goes for another 8 minutes. And then out she comes. And that's what they look like finished. I bet you'd love to see me cut one of these open, but hey, you're not on my Christmas list. The baking is done. The canning is finished. The Airstream is in the driveway. In 3 days, I leave for South Carolina, the first leg of my big trip.